rise for the national anthem.
Members of the Board of Education, faculty, classmates, family, and friends, welcome to the graduation ceremony of the class of 2000. Classmates, the big day has finally arrived. When we started our formal education 13 years ago, this day seemed a long way off. But we started counting down the years, then it became months, then days, and now, in a matter of minutes, we will no longer be seniors at Osakis High School, but graduates. We approach this time with a variety of feelings. One of them is relief. However, we aren't the only ones here tonight who are relieved. Our siblings, parents, grandparents, and many of you here tonight also share or will share in this feeling of relief when this is all over. One of the graduation requirements here at Osakis is a class in sociology. With your help, I'd like to conduct a short, final sociological survey. When I read the questions, just answer them to yourself and think about who they would apply to in the crowd around you. Question number 1. Have you helped one of us with homework? Question number 2. Have you taken time to attend a school function, program, or sporting event to see us? Question number 3. Have you spent hours planning lessons, making up quizzes, correcting assignments, or scoring tests for us? Question number 4. Have you recently painted a room, a house, or a barn in preparation for today? Have you, in the last few weeks, vacuumed, shampooed, or even replaced carpet in the house? And along with this, have you taken out a loan to do this? Question number 7. Have you mowed, trimmed, and groomed the yard to meet golf course specifications? Question number 8. Do you currently have a to-do list that contains more items than you have time to complete before the party? And question number 9. Have you traveled the distance by plane, train, car, or van to be here tonight? I believe if we wrote down all the answers to the questions, the results of this survey would show that each one of you in some way has contributed to our success and accomplishments. And we would like to thank you for your support, prayers, and encouragement. And thank you for being here tonight to make this milestone in our lives special. On behalf of the class of 2000, I welcome each one of you to this commencement ceremony.
I'd like to start out with a quote I once heard. Education is like a boat on a long journey, heading upstream against the river's current. If it is not going forward, it will be left behind, drifting forever. I stand here among my fellow classmates who have bravely faced the challenge of that upstream river of knowledge. We are here tonight for a very special and important occasion. It is the final time our class, the class of 2000, will ever be completely assembled together. This will be a night for all of us to remember, a night that celebrates the end of one journey and the beginning of another. I'd like to welcome all of you here tonight, members of the faculty, administration, school board, friends, parents, relatives, and fellow classmates. Graduation marks a new beginning for each of us. It is the first day of the rest of our lives. But before we think about our future, we have to reflect on our past and appreciate who we are and where we came from. It's been a fun and adventurous journey that all started 13 years ago on that first day of kindergarten. I don't think we were sure what we were in for then. Some of us began to write our names and learn to read, while others ate Elmer's glue and stapled their fingers together. We got our little shirts that proclaimed us Class of 2000. I remember thinking then that the year 2000 was an eternity away. The years passed by quicker than we thought they would. In 7th grade, we were officially high schoolers. Walking through the maze of halls on that first day was exciting. Trying to remember class schedules and locker combinations was so new to us. We met some new people, became their friends, or their enemies, discovered all their unique personalities, and figured out what their bad days were so we could avoid them. And those were just the teachers. In junior high, everyone went out with everyone else, even though I don't think any of us could tell you what going out really meant. Also at this time, our parents became uncool, except when we wanted money. Then they mysteriously became our best friends again. As we moved into our senior high years, we began to realize there's more to life than just trying to be cool. Memories were made that we'll never forget. In our freshman year, the time for driving lessons came. You can almost hear a sigh from all the parents in the audience. They remember this time well. How they sat white-knuckled in the passenger seat as we first drove with them. After that, they eagerly, almost too eagerly, paid someone else to teach us. When we came to them later with driving permit in hand, they handed over the keys with great reluctance. Our spirits couldn't have been higher then, only to be dampened by our first speeding ticket, our first accident, our second one, our third one. Some of us barely made it through the sophomore year slump. How many more months until we graduate? Many of us lived off 4 hours of sleep a night as we tried to balance school with jobs, sports, activities, homework, family, and friends. Unfortunately, we caught up on much of our sleep in school, as Mr. Stigman can probably attest to. Senioritis struck many of us during March of our junior year, although the epidemic certainly has worsened in the past few weeks. Our senior years have been a constant battle to stay focused enough to graduate. To help us stay focused, we've had a senior countdown going since September. The number of days left of school was posted up. Although most of us weren't concentrating on our studies as much as we should have, I guarantee you we could have told you without looking what the senior countdown was on any given day. This group of students behind me has many accomplishments to be proud of. We are arguably the best academic class ever to have graduated from Osakis High School, having a record 22 honor students, and an amazing 46 out of the 62 students graduating with a B average or better. We have excelled in many of our sports, although many of us would tell you we didn't make it as far as we would have liked. We've had an unbelievable run in the past few years, with numerous teams and individuals reaching the state tournament. We are proud of all our extracurricular activities as well. Our band and choir has attained many superior ratings. Our knowledge bowl team this year placed the highest at state in our school's history. Our drama program again and again puts on memorable productions. These are just a few of the activities we have participated in and spent years of hard work and dedication doing. However, all these accomplishments could not have taken place without the generous help of so many individuals. On behalf of my class, I would like to thank all of our teachers, coaches, and advisors who have dedicated their extra time and effort to help us mature into adults. I hope they gain the satisfaction in knowing they helped create who all these graduates have turned out to be. I thank the administration and school board for their dedication to ensuring that we receive the highest quality of education here at Osakis High School. I would also like to thank the community for their support during our young lifetimes. No matter where we go in this world, all of us will always carry a part of Osakis inside us. Finally, I would like to give a special thanks to my parents and all the graduates' parents. If it weren't for their love and support, none of this would have been possible. I'm sure this night is hard for them, for they feel like they're losing a child. But in reality, they're gaining an adult ready to take on the world. For my classmates, our time together is quickly coming to an end. Even as we say goodbye tonight and go our separate ways, never ever forget all the memories and friendships we have made during our times together. They will provide the support we need whenever we find ourselves in a difficult situation. Simply remember the times we spent laughing and just being together as is the class of 2000. Thank you all, and God bless.
After hearing about the past, let's take a moment to dwell on the present before we go on to ponder the future. We can always look back in our past and look ahead to our future, but the present is more like a bridge between the two. If our lives are like two rooms connected by a door, then the present would be the doorway. The past would be the room we came from, and the future would be the room we're walking into. At a time like this, we are probably either looking forward or backward in one of those rooms, leaving the present to be limited to a peripheral vision. Let's focus on the present. Think about first what we're feeling right now. Feel so much deserved things. And then think about what the present is here for. There's certain to be a wide range of emotions in this place again. For the students, some of us are excited to be finally moving on, while others of us are a bit sad to see high school end. Undoubtedly, we will all miss each other, the last we shared, and the time we had. Consider the following list of adjectives, because they all apply to either some of us or all of us. Excited, relieved, happy, sad, worried, calm, amazed, ecstatic, unbelieving, and glad. As for the rest of you, I imagine you're experiencing many emotions as well. I'm sure you're part of your graduates, eager for what the future may hold. You're probably even a bit sad to see these new chapters unfold in our lives so soon. On behalf of all my fellow graduates, I'd like to give a great big thank you to all the parents. We thank you for all of your love and support through the years. Standing before you now, actually sitting before you now, is a culmination of all your sweat, tears, and fights. You helped to shape us into who we are. The teachers, administration, school board, and all other school employees also deserve our gratitude. We appreciate your guidance over the years, and we're grateful for all the times they taught us life lessons in addition to the academic lessons. That certainly goes beyond college duty, and it shows not only your passion for teaching and helping, but also your desire to see students succeed in life. Above all, I would like to thank God, the Son Jesus Christ, and the ever-present Holy Spirit for the way they've walked beside my classmates and me through the years. I can truly say that I would be nothing without Jesus in my life. All of my accomplishments have been the result of God-given gifts. And right now, I wish to give the glory back to Him. I owe everything to my Lord Jesus Christ, for He is my King, Savior, and friend. But before we move on to discuss the future, I must focus on what the present is here for and what it means to us. I would say that the present, as a gateway between our past and future, is the most pivotal time in our lives. Now, if you think on what I just said, what conclusion can you draw? It's that every moment we're alive could be considered the most important time of our life. There's a Latin term for that philosophy called carpe diem. Carpe diem means seize the day. The dictionary defines it as making the most of present opportunities. For instance, my classmates and I can make the most of this time by telling each other how much we mean to one another. And when our parents come to congratulate us at the end of the ceremony, we can seize that moment by telling them how much we love and appreciate them. All of you can harness the power of a moment in your own ways, and I encourage you to do that. Life is like a perpetual doorway, and our future always lies just ahead. Our mindset should be to seize the day as we stand here on the threshold of our future. And remember, as we go through any doorway, we have to open the door first. So keep swinging those doors open with zest and passion.
Members of the faculty, administration, school board, friends, parents, relatives, and fellow classmates. As we go through this ceremony tonight, we are closing a chapter in our lives and beginning a new chapter that is filled with opportunities and hope for success. The chapter is not yet fully written, however. We are writing it as we go through our lives and choose different paths to take. What the future holds for us, nobody knows. We can't peek ahead and see what's coming, or just read the end news so we don't have to go through the rest, like we did with our assigned books in English class. The best way to predict the future is to invent it ourselves. We must let gratitude for the past inspire us with trust for the future. We must take everything we have and will do and use it to our advantages. When we make mistakes, we must not let our heads hang low, but instead lift them up and learn from them, and remember that God does everything for a purpose, to make us strong and humble throughout our lives. We must work hard and live our lives to the fullest, and remember what Duffy Dougherty says: the difference between good and great is just a little extra effort. Think about this. What is success to you? Is success having $1 million? Is success having a family and spouse to love, cherish, and help you throughout the bad times? Is success owning your own business? Or is success finding a small job in a small town and working your hardest at it? Everybody has his or her own idea of what success is and how it should be measured. But we can all achieve it using the same unique techniques. To reach our success, we must follow our hearts and chase our dreams. Times will come when we will suffer heartaches, despair, and letdowns, but each one of these is necessary to achieve our capabilities. We must make our own future and meet our own goals and expectations. We all have the potential to live a life filled with happiness and joy. We will always have those memories from high school that will make us smile when we're having a bad day. If we can make it through high school as teenagers, then we can make it through life as adults. As we walk out of this gym tonight, some of us will start working, some of us will go to college, and some will get married and start a family. We must each choose our paths to bring us down different roads of life. We will take what we have learned in our long 13 years of schooling and put it to use. Everyone must start out somewhere, and for most of us, it was that day when we were sent out to the first day of kindergarten. From this small beginning, many great things will be achieved in our future. I would like to leave you with a poem written by E.M. Jarris. When I read this poem, it took the words right out of my mouth and expressed what I wanted to say. If you can understand your limitations and not waste time on tasks beyond your scope, but take the future as a brand new challenge that you can meet with confidence and hope. If you can listen to those who would advise you and then judge for yourself just what is right, if you can keep in touch with all about you and settle differences without a fight, if you can find delight in simple pleasures and see the rainbow, not the falling rain, if you can lose and never give up trying, believing that there's nothing done in vain, if you can firmly stand by your convictions and not let others set your goals for you, if you can be as practical as needed and still remember sometimes dreams do come true, if you can live the life that you believe in and trust your judgment and maturity, then you'll be happy and successful and the worthwhile person you are meant to be. On behalf of the class of 2000, I would like to give a special thanks to our parents, teachers, and everyone else here who came to share this special night with us. We appreciate all your love, support, and help you have given us throughout the years. Thank you.
Luis Sabas, $1,000. Lisa is going to attend Morehead State University. Jed Fistus, $500. Jed is going to attend Alexandria Technical College. Jason Volkman, $500. Jason is going to attend Wadena Technical College. John Plukin, $400. John is going to attend Bethel College. Chelsea Nash, $400. Chelsea is going to attend Bethel College. Melanie Baum, $400.
Melanie Baum, Philip Carlson, Susan Frank, Stephanie Frisch, Andrea Fisness, Jed Fisness, Peter Grundman, Glenn Hayburn, Krista Hensley, Mark Hildy, Tony Johnson, Tara Kern, John Klukin, Ryan Marthaler, Louisa Moss, Chelsea Nash, Dustin Olson, Nicole Schmidt, Jason Volkman, Nick Walt, Nick Welly. Let's give a hand. The Achievement Keys and Leadership Key are among the highest honors a student can receive at Osakis High School. The criteria for the award are: 1, scholarship, B- average. Number 2 is achievement, try and succeed at various tasks. Number 3 is loyalty, supported staff, administration, and community. The high school faculty votes from a list of eligible graduating seniors. This year, 7 students were selected to receive Achievement Keys. The student with the most votes will also receive the Leadership Key. Those selected to receive the Achievement Keys are, and would you please come forward, Louisa Moss, Melanie Baum, Nicholas Walt, John Klukin, Andrea Fisness, Susan Frank. And the student selected to receive both the Achievement Key and the Leadership Key is Mark Hildy. This year's class has been an excellent class. They have excelled in academics and extracurricular activities. They have been a good class to work with and will be missed. Superintendent John Paterka and Board President Tom Brunn, the following individuals have met the requirements set forth by the state of Minnesota and the Osakis Board of Education. And at this time, the graduates are ready to present themselves for their diplomas. Board President Tom Brunman, Chairman of the School Board, will present the diplomas. Please hold your applause until the last student has received a diploma. Since this is a special occasion for all of our graduates, refrain from calling attention to particular students and wait until all students have received their diplomas. Thank you. Julie Bray Anderson. Rasmus Bach Andreessen. Troy Allen Barrett. Sarah Marie Bierstrom. Chad Arlen Bierstrom. Melanie Joel Baum. Sierra Lee Bolstad. Lee Allen Broddy. Philip David Carlson. His diploma will be presented by board member Dave Carlson. Carl Allen Chapman. Heather Marie Collins. Sarah Ann Collins. Adam David Davis. Adam John Duchesne. Mindy Lynn Eastland. Heidi Joanne Edenlaw. Brian Kenneth Ferris. His diploma will be presented by high school staff member Connie Ferris. Andrea Marie Fisness. Jed Martin Fisness. Susan Marie Frank. Stephanie Lynn Frisch. Derek James Fry. Corey Ross Goddess. Brent Gunnar Goodwin. Peter James Grundman. His diploma will be presented by Board Chair Tom Grundman. Glenn Arnold Haber. Paige Marie Hart. Krista Joy Hensley. Mark Stephen Hildy. His diploma will be presented by board member Pastor Steve Hildy. Deanna Joe Hoppy. Joshua Ray Johnson. Tony LeVon Johnson. Tara G. Kern. John Ashley Kluken. Heidi Ann Kluber. Aaron John Lay. Ryan Gerhard Marthaler. Timothy David Marthaler. Louisa Mary Moss. Craig Michael Messer. Nicholas Thomas Miller. Michael William Mills. Chelsea Jordan Nash. Denise Llewell Ness. Kimberly Marie Niehoff. Dale Richard Ochin. Dustin Robert Olson. Justin Howard Olson. David Kyle Saddlemeyer. Nicole Faye Schmidt. Joshua J. Sheck. Evicia Yoshe Sinkowski. Jill Ann Schroe. Angela Marie Sorensen. Jamie Lynn Springer. David Andrew Stoutland. Stacy Marie Kenyon. Laura Lee Tomaso. Christopher Bradley Truax. Jason Robert Volkman. Nicholas David James Walsh. diploma presented by Athletic Director Jim Walsh. Nicholas Jerry Welly, diploma presented by High School Counselor Jerry Welly. I am proud to present to you the Osakis High School graduating class of the year 2000.
On behalf of the graduating class of 2000, I would like to thank you for coming here tonight and sharing in this milestone of our lives. Reaching this stage in the journey of life has been filled with many challenges and triumphs. Our families, along with our friends and the faculty, help mold us to who we become and what we will choose to be. Because of the encouragement and support we have received, hopefully we can face life's complicated decisions with more confidence and wisdom. We share fond memories and have been together through the laughter and tears. We have supported one another through losses and celebrated one another's successes. Rather than saying a final goodbye, let's bid one another farewell. We chose for our class motto, we grow in different directions, yet we remain as one. Each of our lives will always be a special part of the other. In our prayers, close to our hearts, we will always be together. We are all going in different directions. We can always recall our times together and what we have learned with and from one another. Even though we may not see one another often, we can always remember one another in our thoughts and prayers. As we have been encouraged to do always, be joyful, pray continually, and give thanks in all situations. We, the class of 2000, thank you again for sharing this evening with us, and for all you have done to enable us to reach this momentous goal. We will endeavor to make a beneficial difference in this new millennium that will last throughout eternity. As you prepare to leave here tonight, I would like to share a gold vermilion pen. I expect to pass through this life but once. If therefore there be any kindness I can show or any good I can do to any fellow being, let me do it now, and not defer or neglect it, for I shall not pass this way again.